Hello, guys, and welcome to the Winding Road Podcast. It's a little easier for me to do these things while I am, actually on the winding road, but today I'm just sitting here, I'm just chilling. We'll see, hopefully, it's the little things that I worry about. It's like, cool, am I going to be able to get the sun is coming brightly straight down from the top. High noon, if you will, even though it's not really noon. But, we'll see. That's my art up there. That's why I do the background on the green screen as I watch the little tiniest of spiders crawl up my window looking for specks of bird poop to eat and ingest. He is out of our sight now, and we'll continue down the winding road. And I have to give myself a damn pep talk, I feel like, every time to even be able to get on here and record them and try to get my thoughts out to you into the world. But here we go. I'm me, you're you, we are each other. And what I was thinking about is, sometimes I feel like my life is happening to me and I'm not taking control of my life. I'm just letting it happen to me naturally, which I am a big believer in letting things happen naturally. But at the same time, I have to take control, take advantage, really, is one of the most important things that I can do, is to take advantage of time that I am given, that I am granted, that is not guaranteed. That's how you take control and you don't feel like, and I'm not even talking about like try to think of it as a level deeper, whenever you use the earth, whatnot, take a one hit and it unveils that small thin layer of normalcy, that we go through, and you can use it to numb yourself down. That can happen. It can be used in all different varieties, but for me, it's just one is all I need. 1, 2, and I'm done. And, then I holy shit, there's all these unencumbered thoughts, of things that are coming at me because I'm always thinking and trying to learn and take in as much knowledge as I possibly can. So all that's being ingested. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I'm not always going to look at my phone, not always going to look at the camera, because it's just kind of odd to me. I feel like if I'm looking at myself, then I'm not actually looking at you. So then I got to stare straight at the camera right like that. Is that good, guys? Am I looking good? But instead, guys, I'm just checking out. Like I said, we're just sitting here chilling, and there's some trees around. So I'm looking towards the trees, seeing if we can spot any sort of pretty birds. Maybe I should roll down the window a little bit. Maybe we can hear a bird or two. I do have some bird art stuff that is up on my GaryMartinMedia.com, at Gary Martin Media, and all the socials. The ones that I'm on, I don't really try to be on a whole lot of them, at all. And that's one of the main problems I have with doing this at all, besides my novels. I can write and I can do that, but I even struggle with trying to get one article out a week is what I'm trying to do. Just things to help inspire people. But hold on. But I was just listening to Sam Harris talking to a guy, forget the guy's name. I'll put that in the tag of who it is down at the bottom. But he's interviewing this guy right now, and they're talking about the mind and, when does consciousness come about, and just, really deep shit that's way over my head. I'm way too stupid for, but I'm not stupid because I'm smart, because I'm willing to listen and learn and try to gain as much knowledge as I can with whatever's up there, rattling around up there, whatever created me, whatever created us, however that happened, no matter what you believe. These are all things, that I ponder, that I think about, in the cosmos and the light years and how far away all that stuff is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And, and then I start thinking about it, okay, that's way over my head. So then I'll start boiling things down to try to figure out, what do I need? What do I got? And whenever I say that, whenever I think that, it's okay, what are we doing here? What are we trying to accomplish? Number one, what's our character? It always unveils where my character is at and who I am. And if like I let things happen to me, and it's like they're happening, and I say shit out loud in public sometimes that I definitely should not say, at work and things like that, whenever I'm working my real job, but I'm me, you're you, like the things that I say help people. It's just, sometimes I say too much, but I'm willing to just let those things come out naturally, but then I try to get on here to talk to the world, and, that doesn't come that naturally to me. And hopefully it is, hopefully it will, hopefully somebody gets on here and gains something from it. But I don't know, I'm not the only one that can possibly struggle with that. It's easy for me to be myself whenever I'm just around people, around my friends and things like that. And that's very important. That's when you should be your absolute most best self. But then, then it's like, I don't know, I guess I have anxiety, a little bit with meeting strangers, meeting people, putting my stuff out into the world these days is madness, with all the chat GTP and things like that and all that going on, it's like, man, I could be I did door-to-door actually for 3-4 years being a salesman. I'd be a good door-to-door salesman, but you want to go knocking on doors these days, seeing the shit on the media and stuff with people, being in the wrong place, that's why I rebuke all that stuff in the name of Jesus. Yes, I said Jesus. Yes, I'm a Christian, but yes, I'm open to all different kinds of thoughts and people, and we all have our own different things and our own amount of brain cells, and I was born you and you were born me, and so we don't ever judge anybody on here. And we're always open-minded to hear what other people might have to think. That's the winding road. The road's going to wind around. It's going to go back in a circle. I'm going to try to just gain as much knowledge and understanding as we can. And in order to get there, you have to do it with love. You have to do it with kindness. And open-mindedness for sure is a big thing. I wrote a poem about that. Yeah, I believe in God and stuff, but yet you gave me a mind, God, to be open to the possibility of everything else, did you do that? Do you exist? These are the questions we ponder. If we die and nothing happens, did anything ever exist at all? These are just the deepest, most core thoughts, whenever I'm just thinking about everything, and then you have to bring that back around to a nutshell so you don't drive yourself crazy. And then that's where you get down to not letting your life happen to you. You're gaining all these other things as you go along, but what are you doing at your true core if you figure out your character and what your character is? And that's going to continue to learn and evolve or devolve. They always say, we learn something new every day. I'm a better person than I am the day before. That is not always true. For me, it is not always true. I try to be, but it doesn't always come out that way. I'll take step backs through anger, through lust, these type of things. And then that's where you regret doing it. And then that's where I have to be if things are unsettled, because I always feel bad about it because I care a lot. And that's why I have trouble letting things go, is because I care so much. But you have to let things go, even if they might be unsettled. And that's a really hard lesson to learn. I think we talked about that on the last podcast, but it's tough. We'll wrap back around. Give me a moment. And so once you wrap yourself back around to sanity in this chaos, shout out to the name of my poetry book, which I'll hopefully be strong enough to release to the world, especially after doing some of these things and getting some of my thoughts out there, because I've dealt with a lot of different things in my life. I've had a pretty darn good life, to be quite honest with you, and I'm extremely blessed. But, we all have things that we're not proud of, that we wish we could take back, but we can't take it back. And whatever decision that you made then that was a horrible decision, you have to believe in your mind, that you made the right decision. Even though you might have fucked up real bad, but you have to think, okay, well, that, it goes back to that was supposed to happen so that I can be here now to tell you these things, to hopefully help people that are going through similar steps. There's going to be people along the way that are ahead of you in that, and there's going to be people behind that that need more help. But we're all here to help each other because we all are each other, and that's what I believe in, and that's some of the things that I like to try to do. And I think I was talking about Sam Harris and that guy, and how Sam Harris got off Twitter and stuff like that, and I think, man, a guy like him that's like people that popular, like I struggle with this now, like talking to myself, to no one, right? Hopefully a lot of people eventually. Maybe you're on here now, I don't know. Like at this time, me saying this, I don't know whether or not I'm going to make it. I believe in my heart that I can, that I have good things to say, and then I have written good things, and that people are going to be inspired by things and entertained by things and laugh at things. But, if I'm getting people to think about things to better their life, to help them gain understanding of consciousness, then that's what I'm here to do. And I'm here to learn those things from other people and take every single conversation. You're not going to obviously remember a whole lot of them, but just because you forget something doesn't mean that it doesn't still exist way back there in your subconscious, and that subconscious doesn't come through to the surface sometimes, like I said, whenever you're just letting things happen naturally and letting things be. Like your subconscious, like meets with the unsubconscious, I guess, in a way, because how fast our brains work and how all that's possible, I have no freaking clue. That's what they were talking about, like when's that level of consciousness come. And they were saying how, like, I don't know if they were saying or if I was just thinking, like, I think somebody did say, like, yeah, we're like them. I don't know. I'm just asking a question now, I guess. Like, are we the only conscious being? Like, because there was in an article about something like we're the only ones that think to the future or think about the future. And like, what? Like, I don't believe that would be accurate, because, squirrels that think about putting that nut in their mouth so they can take it back to their base, to have food for later, like that's thinking about the future. Or is that just a natural instinct? Because, like, I don't think about eating so that I can survive. Like back in the day we did, but I don't think about that now. So that's just kind of a natural thing. So is that to say, like, is that wherein the conscious comes in to be able to allow us to, maybe or maybe not, free will versus not free will, whatever, I don't know, whatever you believe, but does that allow us to then make decisions because we are able to see into the future more so than just a basic instinct type level? And how much, but that's not true either, because people fought back in the day for their food and stuff like that, but yet they still looked at the skies, like wrote things down, like, but is that the future? Is that consciousness? Or is that they're just trying to figure it out just like we are now? We're just at a lot farther level than we were back then with, people like looking to the sky and mapping the stars and, thinking the blood moon and witches and like, these crazy things. And I don't know, maybe not necessarily religion, probably religion too came a part of some of that for sure, with just the things that we bring to today based on things of the past, and them trying to gain understanding back then versus to where we are now. And then it's like crazy to think about how the Bible, like, however many times it's been translated or written about, like, like people still believe in it and believe, a lot of people though, it's just like, I can't take it for, I take the Bible for at its most core, at its character. That's what I take it for. I take it for, the verses about love and about kindness and about all that type of things. And yes, about Jesus dying, and I believe in that, I do, like I said, but, I'm open to the possibility I would sit here and listen to what an atheist had to say or what somebody else had to say and have a conversation with them. And a lot of people do that on the internet, and I think it's a thing of absolute beauty that we're able to do that. but yet there's also, people just yell at each other from both sides, and there's no communication. Like, I would say there's arguably more of that than there is the other stuff, but like, that's what I take it at, and that's what I'm all about. It goes back to that character, and about the core value of who you are and what are you putting out into the world, and how's it helping each other. It all goes back to just a basic, most simplest level of energy. And if there's not energy, then we don't exist, right? Like, pretty sure that's scientific. So I think about it as energy, and I think about, well, what kind of energy am I putting off? It goes positive, negative, whatever it is, somewhere in between. Like, it's spreading, and that stuff matters, and we're just a part of this grand, crazy ass fucking thing, and somehow we're here, and I'm here now with you, just trying to figure it out, and trying to figure out, what do I need to be the best me that I can be. And I be the best me that I can be by thinking about those things, about the deeper senses of character, and about trying to be better every day than the day before. Like I said, some days you're going to go back, but that's just the breaks, man. Like, that's just how it rolls, and I just got to keep continuing on down the winding road, and hopefully something will stick, throwing darts at the wall. This has just been a random stream of consciousness, and that's me. I am me, and you are you. We are each other. Love, inspire, unite. God bless.